Today on Rock the Park,
Where am I?
we're high in the Rocky Mountains, outrunning floods,
We made it with 2 seconds to spare.
tumbling down waterfalls,
Oh, that's not what we like.
and slipping and sliding hundreds of feet in the air.
You don't really know how you're gonna react till you do it.
And it all starts right now.
I'm Jack Stewart.
This is the real deal.
And I'm Colton Smith.
These are mountains!
We've been buddies for years, always in search of the next adventure.
Dude, what was that? We share a passion for our national parks and other wild places around the world.
My man. Heading off the beaten path, pushing our limits, and experiencing nature's best-kept secrets.
Here we go!
It's how we rock the park.
So the reason this is called the Corkscrew is because it quite literally is like a piece of pasta. That's what we're canyoneering down right now. And here we go. Now we drop. Oh! Oh my, did that hurt. Ow!
We're in Colorado, learning how to rappel down a 300-foot waterfall the hard way. This is Uncompahgre National Forest, a spectacular combination of alpine wilderness and soaring mountain peaks on the western slope of the Colorado Rockies.
We're here to really explore the diversity of the Colorado Rockies, to get out on top of the mountains, but then get into them, into the little canyons and crevices that are carved out by the water that flows from these things. Melting snow and rain high in the mountains create the rivers, creeks, and waterfalls we'll encounter on this trip. But the most powerful force shaping these canyons and gullies is flash flooding caused by heavy rain. We're in monsoon season out here in Colorado, and heavy rains and storms come in pretty early in the afternoon.
Yeah, and it's not exactly a is it gonna rain, it's when. We're up early, it's the crack of dawn, we're gonna be on the trail hiking, we'll be fine.
Uncompahgre has several rugged dirt roads that share the right-of-way with creeks and streams coming down the mountain. Actually, this road feels more like a trail.
Wakes you up a little bit. You know, like,
Definitely.
you already have to be alert.
Anytime you choose to go on a gravel road like this, you definitely want to make sure that your car can handle it. We don't know if it's just going to get worse and worse to the point where it's impassable. It's what really makes an adventure out of just the road alone.
This like really isn't a gravel road. This is more of a rock minefield.
This is an old mining road, originally built to reach the gold and silver mines of the late 1800s.
I think the key to roads like this is first to have some good clearance in your vehicle, but also being able to pick the spots where you're going to navigate your car. Because when you find these ruts like what we have up here,
Yeah,
you
like
really
this
have to
right here.
hit them right.
Oh
you know?
yeah, 100%. Get it up, come on. Oh.
And when in doubt, it never hurts to hop out and help navigate.
I think you can make it up here. This is still part of the road over here. It's still steep, but if you just gun it straight towards me, you should be able to make it. You don't have any of these huge ruts.
Here we go.
Just get it.
Yes. We're getting there, but it's taking more time than we expected. Cool. And we're at the trailhead. We'll be climbing to more than 12,000 feet today to a lofty point called Bridge of Heaven. And our trail starts at 9,300 feet.
I can feel how thin the air is. Regardless of the shape I'm in, I know that I'm gonna be huffing and puffing.
The hike starts off in an aspen grove. The sound of wind rustling through aspen leaves just says Colorado.
I love these trees, man.
Aspens are one of the few deciduous trees that can thrive in the snow and cold of high altitudes, thanks to some special adaptations. What's so cool about aspens is the fact that they have all these individual trees, but they're all really connected by roots underneath the surface. When one certain tree or region of the grove has a need, they will actually sort of communicate and send water to that specific area.
Things like that are just absolutely fascinating. I mean, we look at trees as just kind of these inanimate objects, but they are so complex.
We've yet to see any wildlife, but there are signs that we're not alone out here.
Some sort of an animal made this mark, and to me, it looks like what a bear might do.
We're on alert for black bears. There are 10 to 12,000 black bears in the state of Colorado, and in a giant, vast wilderness like this, prime habitats.
Black bears use trails through forests and mountains just like we do, and for the same reason, it's easier.
Hey, bear.
As long as we make enough noise so the bears can hear us coming, they'll typically get off the trail to avoid us.
Hey, bear!
Here's the kind of mark you never like to see in the wild.
The saddest part of all this is this mark will last for the entire life of this tree. It's a shame.
Colorado's public lands get more than 40 million visitors every year. To help protect people and the wilderness, visitors are encouraged to practice leave no trace, with guidelines like stick to the trails, trash the trash, be careful with fire.
And one that would prevent things like this, leave it as you find it.
Really, what you're doing is you're scarring this landscape and you're impacting the experience that other people will have out here because no one likes to look at that.
By leaving things as they are for the next hikers, for the next generation, you're preserving this pristine wilderness. And that is a much bigger deal than your initials.
Above the tree line, we start to see what makes Colorado so special.
75% of all the land in this country that's above 10,000 feet is right here in Colorado.
This is it, the bridge of heaven. Oh,
This is
man.
amazing.
Wow.
It's every direction.
Got the Red Mountain Pass over there with so many different minerals and everything that represents why this was the heart of mining in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's just beauty everywhere you look. We've got like the thunderclouds that are starting to move in.
Yep.
But honestly, these are those moments that you really want to sit back and cherish. Soak in the silence, the sounds of the wind coming up over the ridge and everything that there is right up here at this spot. There's not another spot on Earth like this.
No. There's not another moment that's gonna be like this either. You can't let them slip by you.
But you have to balance being in the moment with being safe. We can see the rain moving toward us.
And when heavy rains hit mountain streams, crazy things can happen.
Dude, I have never seen anything like that in my life.
It's monsoon season in the Colorado Rockies, and we're making our way down a mountain in a wicked rainstorm.
Oh my gosh. And there comes the hail.
You remember that tiny stream we drove across this morning? As we're crossing back over it, I look to my right and see an onslaught of water coming at us, and Jack hits the gas.
Wow. Colton and I literally just crossed this creek in our Subaru that earlier was just a trickle. Literally, as we were crossing it, we saw the flood, the rocks, the debris.
We've never seen flash flooding as it happens.
Gosh. We made it with 2 seconds to spare, quite literally. Our crew, however, did not.
They're stuck on the other side of this raging river. But eventually, the water starts receding. It's floods and water like this that continue to shape the mountains and canyons we'll be exploring tomorrow.
We are on our way to meet our guides with Canyoning Colorado for a little bit of a training day.
Yes, found these guys in the Colorado Field Guide. Great resource for really anything that is adventure in this state.
Canyoning is the sport of exploring canyons by any means necessary, like climbing, rappelling, and dealing with the inevitable falling water.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Andrew Humphreys will be our guide.
We're gonna do Portland Creek today, and just kind of get familiar with our equipment, make sure we're all on the same page with what we're doing in there.
Our equipment includes canyon shoes with climbing rubber on the bottom for traction, and wetsuits to protect against the intense cold of mountain streams formed by the melting snow. Rappelling down a waterfall is slippery. The route is jagged with twists and turns, and you're being hammered by icy water.
With your body, your goal is to get perpendicular to the surface you're walking on. So the way I know I'm perpendicular right now is my feet are flat on this rock. If you're on your toes, you're gonna slip a lot. If you're slipping, you're doing it wrong.
And that's exactly what happens just as I get started.
There's that slip. Hey, that's why we're practicing. There we go.
After a short practice, we're set to tackle a 60-foot waterfall downstream.
You are gonna follow this rope down for the first bit, then you're gonna step down in where all this water's going.
All right, so I'm in the stream now. Oh, and it's a big drop. All right, I think this is where I'm getting soaked. Woo! Oh, yeah! That is a rush! Woo! It's so cold, too. Oh my gosh, this is fun. Woo! All right. Okay, this is the practice day. This is just practice. We got this. Yeah,
Yes,
I got
you got
this.
it.
Here we go.
Remember to aim your feet for the gray.
Yep, the gray. Look for the gray. Oh my gosh. The biggest thing with all of this is remembering everything you know and concentrating. Oh yeah, now it's about to get real wet. Oh, that's slippery. Woo! Woo! Oh yeah. Whoa. Yes! All right.
Yeah, good job.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Okay,
How did that go?
it went good. Not graceful or anything like that.
Mine wasn't graceful either, but I had fun and I stayed out of my head and just more so in the moment, which was great.
Now, we'll see how an experienced professional does it.
Oh my gosh,
Whoa.
come on. Did you really have to show us up like that?
That's how you guys did it.
You gotta be kidding me. Right there, kids. Practice pays off.
And we hope today's practice set us up well for tomorrow's massive 275-foot drop.
Oh, that's the bottom.
Colton and I are suiting up for a plunge into the unknown. Down a 275-foot cliff and waterfall in the Colorado Rockies.
I'm nervous. There is no doubt about it.
Before the big rappel, we have to descend a tricky 100-footer called the Corkscrew. Andrew's fellow guide, Matt, has the ropes all set.
To go over that log, go over on this left side. It's a little bit easier to get over it.
Gotcha.
And once you get over it, it's gonna kind of swing you this way.
Okay.
So control that swing and then just follow the water course all the way down to the bottom.
Alrighty.
You got it.
Here we go. Woohoo! Yes! Woo! Woo! Oh! Oh man. Not expecting that. That was a little intense. Okay. Big log. And here we go. Now we drop.
I make it up over the log and then lose my footing.
Oh! Oh my, did that hurt. Ow! Ah. All right, I'm losing my technique. I gotta be good with this. There we go, that's smooth. That's what we like. That's what we like. Oh, that's not what we like. Ah. Oh, there's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to make it seem like I was almost there. I wasn't. I lost sight of my technique and my focus for a brief second, twice, and I paid for it twice.
My descent starts pretty easy.
Woo! Oh, that is cold. Oh my gosh, that's cold.
Now comes the tricky part.
Yeah, turn around, stand up. There you go. Now come out to your left.
There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
There we go. All right.
Nice job, Jack.
All right, let's try to do some faster stuff here. Whoa! Slam! Woo! Whoa! Oh, where am I?
Tight squeeze here.
What's the trick?
I got nothing for you because I didn't learn it.
Ooh, ooh, yow, ooh. You're good. All right, I recovered. You're good. Whew. Nice. Nothing graceful about that.
Nope.
Woohoo!
And that was just a warm-up for the biggest drop of all. We're poised to descend another 275 feet.
We're at the top of the big boy now.
This is the challenge we came to Uncompahgre National Forest to face. It's time to rappel Cascade Falls.
So for the first time at this entire experience, I just got the chills, that rush of anxiety. When I'm looking over here, I just see the water pouring down and disappearing over the cliffside. And it just goes forever and ever, it seems.
So I'm definitely nervous. Standing and staring down 275 feet, it never truly gets easier.
Andrew gives us the game plan. First, we'll rappel straight down through the waterfall. And then about halfway down, we have to work our way across the cliff face, change ropes, and rappel to the bottom.
And at that point, we're gonna be standing on a ledge about this big. It'll be just enough for two of us.
After our second guide, Matt, gets us started, and before we reach Andrew on the ledge, there's a stretch where guides can't see us and we can't see them.
This is that part we call the lonely part.
Yeah, it sounds exhilarating and, you know, a little freaky.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew's parting advice: when we get into the lonely place, keep moving. If we freeze up for some reason, no one can see us to help.
Oh, that's the bottom. Yeah, I can see it.
There you go, just lean back into it. You're doing great.
All right, this is the lonely part. This is where I'm going out of sight. These are the moments where you have no choice but to feel alive. Oh, yeah.
The lonely place was easier than expected. Getting out of the waterfall to meet Andrew, not so much.
Oh, boy. All right. This is a tough part. Oh, man. I tell you that it's not that scary once you're doing it, but that would be a lie. This is non-stop adrenaline. Ow, ah, ooh. Okay. Andrew, where are you?
I'm over here, man. Just keep coming down a little more.
Okay, I can hear him, but I still can't see him. Gosh. Well, there you are. Hey.
There you go.
You weren't kidding. That's barely even a ledge.
Now it's my turn.
And right now, I'm feeling so good. What makes this experience so unique is the fact that right now, I'm as close to flying or hovering in midair as humanly possible. What an incredible feeling.
It's also an incredible feeling doing the fast drop from that tiny ledge to the ground.
Now we're feeling it, man. Now we're feeling it. Woo! Woo! Yes!
Getting out from under the waterfall really is the biggest challenge of this descent.
Wow. Oh, another slip. A little slick. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Just bouncing down a cliff. No biggie. Woo! Oh my gosh, this is fun. What a blast. Oh my gosh.
Right? Seriously.
I've never gone through so many different emotions in my life.
It's a waterfall of emotion.
The first half of the rappel, I wanted to take it easy and really soak in the experience of levitating in midair.
Yeah. It started with the tiniest thing, a little bit of rock climbing, going down a 20-foot canyon, and ultimately, you're gonna come to moments where you have to rely upon yourself to just keep going.
The reason that I love nature so much is because even when you think you have done it all, it comes back and it says, no, you haven't, and offers you an experience like this.
Hey, if we can do it,
So can you.
So the next chance you get, go out and rock the park.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.